Hello everyone. So welcome to our channel, and today in this video this is going to be an amazing session, and we are going to make a series of this session as this session will be based on the startups and innovation into the healthcare system. So today I have invited Ms. Sonam Gandhi ma'am for this series. Sonam ma'am, and please do introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Adnan, for calling me on this platform. My name is Sonam Gandhi, and I'm working currently as an assistant professor at SS Agarwal Institute of Pharmacy. And today, the topic of this particular video is startup and innovation cultures, which mainly talk about the what do you mean by startup, what are the differences between the startup and the business, and how the startups can be have a platforms like what we need to do in the starting. I will elaborate in a manners that how a person can go through the journey of this startup. So I have a pharmaceutical background, and I have done 8 design patent and 3 process patent. And because of that one, I got some of the ideas regarding this one, which I need to circulate with all of you, so you can also take this particular journey and make your life full with the innovations and wonderful. Thank you. Today we are going to move in the different world, which is called as startup and innovation cultures. Nowadays, as you've seen that most of the time when you see in the colleges, the person who is having a guitar, that will be called as one of the innovative persons in the olden times. But nowadays, the person who is studying in the college and having some ideas on which we can develop a startup, that particular person is right now growing in the world so much. So today's topic is startup and innovation culture, and I'm going to elaborate in a small point of view. So just let go into the world of startup and innovations. Next. So are you ready to fly with me? The next how many minutes you're going to join with me, and it will be a very interesting, I hope so. Next. So welcome to the board. These are the contents of my presentations, which we are going to see one by one. So next. So let me ask, before starting my presentation, let me ask some of the questions which should be always arise in your mind also. So next. Who is he? Okay. So who is he? This is Mukesh Ambani. As you know, he is the richest person of the world. Next. Who is he? He is also one of the greatest personality and the richest person of the world, that is Bill Gates. Next. This is founder of Facebook, that is Mark Zuckerberg. All of you may know this person also. Next. This is Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. This is also the greatest personality. Next. This all personality which has been kept in this particular frame. I think so. They are we are well aware about them, right? So next. So before starting the innovation and startup cultures, the right now whichever the personality which we have seen, can we list all the personalities common things about that one? That what are the common things which we have seen? Either we have seen a Mukesh Ambani, or we have seen a Jeff Bezos, or we have seen the so many personality over here, right? What are the common things which are there in them? Can we elaborate that one? So we are going to see one by one how they have become the richest person of the world. There are some of the common features which are available in them, and because of that they have become the world richest person. So I want to just paint out that particular thing over here, so you can also see that. Next. So we have written over 3 points majorly. So they are hard worker, they are entrepreneur, and few of them are the richest person in the world. So what are the common thing by how they have become the richest? Because they think outside the box. Next. So these are some of the topics which I want to elaborate over here. That is, what do you mean by innovations? Right? Innovation is the process of creating new ideas, methods, products, service, or solution that have a significant positive impact and value. See, innovation and invention. What is the difference between innovation and invention? If somebody is preparing something in the lab, that is called as the invention, which is may or may not be helpful to the society, or it cannot create any kind of impact to the social purpose. But when we create that particular invention into the innovation, that will be having a much more impact to the social one. And here innovations will be also leading to the market value also, right? So these are some of the innovations which I have listed over here. That is, first one is the product innovations. When we simple example which I want to give for the product innovation is creation of the new phone. As you use, all of you use the smartphone, right? The smartphone is every time we see the new models which attract the people, and it will have a great impact on the social person also. That's why the product innovations we can here give a best example is the smartphone. Then process innovations. If we are going to do something new, adaptation of the automation technology in manufacturing or in the social purpose, that will be called as the process innovations. When we talk about the marketing innovations, the marketing innovations, we see this one, that we do our marketing innovations on the social media like Insta. Then we have another social platform on which we do a marketing, that is called as the market innovations. And organization innovations means we make innovations in the organization like a flexible work from home. That all criteria comes under the innovations when we talk about the organization innovations. So these are the innovations which mainly enhance the people workability. Then economic growth also is enhanced. It enhances the proper use of the resources, expansion of the output it does, right? And these are the so many innovations have a great impact on the social life of the people also, right? So these are the some of the innovations which I want to repeat once again, that is product innovations, process innovation, marketing innovations, and the organization innovations. We can categorize the innovation in this way, in the simple terms, whichever have a great impact on the society, the invention which has a great impact and great value on the society side, which we can say as the innovation, which will be helpful to the people. Next. So, what is startup idea? When we have and how it will be created. So, I just want to have a one idea over here. If I want to prepare a one bottle, and the source of preparing of that bottle is banana leaf. So, when I have a problem identification over here, which I can say over here is that normal bottle, when I use the plastic bottles, they have some kind of chemical leaching into the water. To avoid that one, when I use the banana leaf as the making of my bottle, so first I have identified the problem is that plastic is not good for our health. Because of that, when I want to replace the particular thing with the natural one, so that's my problem. Then solution is I have used the natural product like a banana leaf to prepare my product. Then the third one is now I need to check that is the banana leaf bottle, is this a leaching of any material into the water, is is this any leaking of water while we are going to prepare that particular model, that is called a prototype. When I have a solution for the same, from that I prepare the minimum working model, so that is called as the prototype. Now after preparing that one, I'll store the water in my banana leaf for the certain period of a time, and I'll see that is there any smell or taste of that particular banana leaf is going in a water or not. So that all conditions which I have tested in my prototype, and I ask the feedback from the different customers also, and based on that I'll change my prototype, and I will be having a different versions of my prototype, that is version 1, version 2, version 3. And after taking a proper feedback, I launch that particular product in a market, which will be my market well my which will be my value propositions, that which is the market and where I'll get this particular bottle to sell. Then I increase my scaling properties, that from the small scale I'll increase my scalable area, that is called as a scalability enhancement, that is ensuring the idea and can grow and serve a larger market for a overtime. So that is called as the eco bottle. The second example which I can give for this one is when we use some kind of shoes which will be mainly helpful for the mountaineers. So when I have a problem identification for the same, what I'll do is first, I'll ask the mountaineers that which are the problems associated with the shoes when you go wearing that shoes to the mountains. Then he will list out me that these are the problems and these are the hiking problems which I'm getting really when I'm wearing these shoes. So if they gives me a problem, I'll be having some kind of solutions to make their journey more comfortable by wearing that particular shoes. So I'll find out the solutions, that shall I apply the silica based at their footsteps, or I'll be having some kind of spongy material, or how their journey will become more comfortable. If I find out the solution of that one, I can take a different IPR on that one, rights of designing, and I can have that particular product in a market by preparing different prototypes, and I can grow my business. So that is called as startup ideas. Whenever we add the startup ideas, we start with the problem identifications, right? So next step. So we can, as I discussed in the last also, that when I have a solution, so I'll prepare that solution into the proof of concept. Then I prepare the prototype. After preparing the prototype, I will be preparing the minimum viable product. That is called as MVP, which is a version of a product with just enough features to satisfy the early customers or consumers and gather the better feedback for a future development, right? Then if I get but all these things has been done, I can take IPR or patent is a legal right given to an innovator that allows them to exclusively make, use and sell their products or innovations in a certain period of a time. If we say about this one, in India it is 20 years, and if we say about the abroad, it will be a 7 years of exclusive right for the patentee. Next. So we can have a different proof of concept over here, which has been prepared. Like computer science students has prepared a time phase mask for the detection system. Then information and technology students secure online voting system using a blockchain technology. Civil engineering students has prepared the automated bridge health monitoring system. These are some of the ideas or the proof of concept which we can see for the example. Like mechanical students also has a fabrication of bottles filling or sealing machines. Then electronic system has prepared the IoT based home automation systems. Means if you will be outside of your home, and if you want to, before reaching to your home, if you want to on some of the ACs, or you want, if you want to leave the home, automatically the light will be closed. These all systems has been already developed by some of the students, and they have generated that proof of concepts, right? So these are some of the examples which you can also see over here. Next. So these are some of the POC examples which already we have defined. That is social enterprise which are there, like Avni social enterprise. What they have done, that is startup can be, their startup can be focused mainly on the social entrepreneurship of often trade products, community development projects, and ethical fashion brands like eco-friendly products. Like bag they have prepared which is eco-friendly, either they have prepared that bag from the plant origin material or any other eco-friendly chemicals. So you can see even event management or entertainment also over here, that is book my show. Everybody has used particular online platform which makes our life more easier, right? So these are the opportunities which include the event management, entertainment venues and live performance theme parties where we use this type of POC examples, right? Next. So when I said about that one, that after constructing a minimal viable product and after taking the feedbacks of that one, we can have that particular product as a intellectual property rights. We can just register our as a patentee for the same, like pat, patent or trademark idea, which has been over here, that patent Indian Space Research Organization technologies. They have launched a satellites and they have taken the patent for the same, right? The next one is trademark, that is Amul logo, which cannot be copied by any other person, that is called as a trademark. When we say about the copyright, that will be a Bollywood films which will be copyrighted. That's why we cannot remake that one, or we cannot use that particular without asking of them. Then international registration of marks, that is Chennai Super Kings CSK, that is team logo, that is also one of the international registration of mark. Then we have industrial designs like Tata Nano. All of you have seen that the Tata Nano car, the design has been already taken as an industrial design which cannot be copied by any other person. Then plant variety registration, that is Alfonso mango. We can say that one is a, we know that one Alfonso mango is famous and it will be given as a GI tag to the coconut. Same like that, we can have different things like coconut for that Alfonso mango. Then tea, we will be having Assam tea. Like that, we have a plant variety registry, like semiconductor integrated circuits layouts design registry. That also nowadays we can do that one. If somebody is producing the chips or like that, they can register it under this one. The layout of microprocessor developed by Indian tech company like Hindustan Semiconductor Manufacturing. So they have taken intellectual property rights for the same, that nobody can copy that one, and one person will always have that benefits to enjoy their rights after having the intellectual properties. Next. So we have a government has described the student startup and innovation policies. Student startup and innovation policy is specifically designed for the students who are there into the school or colleges, and there will be specific rules for that one. So before it was like SSIP 1.0, and right now the current version of that one is existing as SSIP 2.0, in which SSIP 1.0 has shown the success of around 186 grantees, sensitization of 11.5 lakh state students, 6,900 POCs, prototypes, 19, and there are so many like 1,369 IPR has been registered, and 2,287 supported startups has been given by the policy 1.0. Right? Next. So 2.0 is also having that one, which will be right now running, and every student has to take the advantages of benefit of student startup innovation policy 2.0. The maximum INR as per prototype, for registration of prototype they are giving 2.5 lakh for POC compliance. The next one is for IPR, they are giving mostly they are giving, that is for IPR rights they are giving the 75,000, and the table has been listed over here beside that how much money has been supported by the student startup innovation policy 2.0. That is patent, as I told you, 75,000, copyrights 8,000, trademarks 12,500, in international registration of marks, that is 50,000, industrial design, that is 9,000, plant variety registry, that is 33,000, and semiconductor integrated circuits layout designs. For that the government has been providing 15,000 rupees. So the intention over keeping this table is all the students who are listening this particular video, they can have a benefit of this particular system, and they can take the grant. If they have a specific new ideas, they can take the grants from the different governments of Gujarat. They are giving from the different colleges. You can have this particular grants if you have an innovative idea. Next. So before starting that one, I startup, we should have always differentiation between the startup and business. So what is startup and what is business? When we say a startup and when we second as a business. Next. So when we say about the startup and when we say about the business, so business will be always having a crystal clear idea before embarking that same. Whereas the startup, we will see mostly figured out when we go ahead and ahead, we have to change the models. Where the business, there will be a crystal clear idea. In the initial focus in the business is revenue and profitability. And next one is in the startup, there will be a revenue and growth. Team size in the business will be army of one, and the team side in this startup is army of one, or maximum we can have a 5 person in a team from the different areas. Right? Market size is very small to large. In this startup there will be new thing, that's why large or very large. Then there will be improvement factor in the business is very small to large, where in the improvement of the startup there will be always large scale for the improvement based on the customer requirement and customer feedbacks. Initial capital requirement in the business is low to moderate, but in the startup it will be always high to very high. The typical profit margin in this business is high, very high, where over here is moderate to high. Income, if you see, mostly passive in the business, where in the startup it will be always active. Risk profile will be moderate in the business, where the risk profile will be always high to very high. Funding source will be mostly self-funded into the business, where in the startup it will be a mostly venture funded. Ventures will be there which will be ready to fund to the specific ideas which have a potential to reach to the market. Next. So, as my conversation till now, the exit definition of term startup refers to the company in the first stages of operations. Startups are founded by one or more entrepreneurs who want to develop a product or a service for which they believe there is a demand. The companies generally generate a start with the high cost and limited revenue, which is why they look for a capital from a variety of sources like a venture capitals, right? Next. So over here, when we say about the startup equation, according to me, startup equations are new business plus innovation plus technology and passion, right? It all leads to the great startup. Next. So, what do you mean by entrepreneurship? An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risk, enjoying most of the rewards. And the process of setting a business is known as the entrepreneurship. If we tell this entrepreneurship in the Sanskrit word, that is called as the entrepreneurship. As I can explain, that is entrepreneur. If somebody is having a from अंतर से अगर कोई प्रेरणा आ रही है तो he can for doing this new idea to develop a new idea or convert that into the growth of the business, that's called as entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is equal to the entrepreneur from the Sanskrit. The entrepreneur is commonly seen as an innovator, which we can see over here. For that, we require the things like design of thinking. If you are going to have some kind of skills in the design of thinking, you can become entrepreneur, right? So what do you mean by design of thinking? Next. So you can see over here two things. First one is the clothings and second one is interior design of the home. So as per our knowledge, when we talk about the design, we will be always having a two thing in our mind. That is first one is we can design a cloth or we can design a home. But same thing happens to the product also. When we talk about the product, we need to design the product based on the requirements of the people who are exist in the social life, right? So we can have a next slide on which I can more elaborate about the design of thinking. So as per the Steve Jobs, what do you mean by design of thinking? The design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. Most of the times when we do a friendly work means it will be more comfortable for us to work, like we talk about the Apple laptops or MacBooks, which we can say that is so uh, adaptable, means the carrying of that one, then all designs has been too mindfully played in that one, right? So that is called as the design. Next. So definition of design of thinking is an approach to solving the design's problems by understanding users need and developing insights to solve these needs, right? We prepare something which can easily solve our problems. So we're going to see one by one that one. Next. So the step is involved into the design thinking course development processes. Empathize. First one is. So what do you mean by empathize? Empathize means if I'm keeping my leg in someone else's shoes and seeing that what are the difficulties he or she is suffering from, and based on that if I keep some solution for that particular problem, that is called as empathize. So learn about your audience for the course, right? The second thing is construct a POV based upon the user needs, means we have to define their problem and we need to give some kind of solutions to their problem, and for giving the solutions we always have a new idea. So that is called as a brainstorm, engaging courses interactions, personas, and course narratives. From that, we can prepare a first prototype, which is a developer representation of course, right? The next one is we need to test that one on the different people, different races, and we need to identify the feedbacks of that one. We need to take that one, and we need to create a good designs which can easily solve their problems, right? Next. So over these are the steps which is involved in the design of thinkings are understanding, observe, point of view, generate ideas, prototype and test them. Next. So here we can see the Airbnb logo. Airbnb logo, everyone knows about the Airbnb company, right? It's a traveler company which has this logo. So how this logo has been originated? So they says that one we connect with the people. So their logos, this symbol shows first people. Then second one is throughout the world we connect the people. So places, this is also included in their logo, and their hospitality for this they are famous. So because love and that all combined together, and they have added the A also for Airbnb, and this logo has been originated. So design of Airbnb logo gives some kind of logic that why we have these logos only, and that has been created wonderfully, right? So these are the things. Next. So always whenever we will be having a design of thinking to the reading of product, these are the steps. That is for the students, we can create an idea, convert that one into the prototype, and we need to make that prototype, and we need to go to the different pitching, and we can have a meeting with the different venture capitals, and we can also have the grants from the SSIPs, and we can create our own startup, right? Next. So these are the some of the case studies which I want to discuss regarding the design of thinking. Next. So Himalayan Air. This is a company which says that one day we are going to provide the fresh air for the relaxation of the humans. Can we imagine that Himalayan Air is one of the fresh air which will be filled in this tin, and it has been sold at the 550 rupees. So that's an excellent example of design of thinking. Next one is air bar in Delhi nowadays, which also provides the oxygenated air to the people who are having a stress or who just want to relax. So this is also new kind of idea which we can see over here, or new design thinking that has been designed for this one. Next. So this is a ambulance which can be used village where the originated ambulance cannot be reached. There is a temporary version for the same. Next. This one also we can call as a fugal engineering, where we can have fugal engineering is the process of reducing the complexity and cost of good, and production of usually refers to the removing of non-essential features from a durable good, as such as a car, phone, in order to sell it in a developing countries. The countries which are not still developed, we need to develop them. We will be having a frugal innovations. Next. Can we see over here Jugaad innovations or frugal innovations? Here also we can see that is mythic, this one once again. So this is, you can see over here. One single bike has been converted into the maximum load. The person, this you can see how many persons are sitting over here, right? So that is called as a Jugaad innovation or frugal innovations. This can be useful in the villages where though not much vehicles are available, right? Next. This is a mitti coal. It is a fridge made up of from the special clay. And this particular person, that is Mansukh Prajapati, he is from the Gujarat, and he has developed a fridge from the special kind of clay, and it has three chambers, one just for cooling the water, another one, and it is basically most advantageous because it doesn't require the electricity, though it keeps all the material which has been kept inside, it will make it cool. And it's mainly perfect solution for the rural areas, right? Next. It's once again frugal engineering where the tractors are not available. So this particular person is landing the land with the help of the track without tractor. We can see this arrangement, right? Next. The importance of our design should be, it should be having a proper utility. It should be having a proper peculiarity. Distinguished features should have. Ergonomics it should have. Safety also it should have. It should be having a USP, that is unique selling proposition it should have. Market value or market strategy proper it should have. It should aligns with the company motto also, right? Next. So you can see different kind of, it is a utility. You can see the best example of over here, right? Next. Peculiarity. This is a stapler which has a design of this one. Next. This same stapler has been converted into this designs, which is more peculiarity. This will, the selling property of this particular stapler will be always compared to the more compared to the blue color stapler, right? Next. You can see both of them. What is the difference, right? See. Right. Next, ergonomics. When we continuously type on a keyboard, our hand muscles will be stretched. So we can change the ergonomics of this keyboard for the more comfortability. For this, we have designed the this particular keyboard into the next design, which we can see the next slides. Next. See, we have changed the design because of that one. It gives the muscle relaxations of our hand. Right. Next. This is a safety purpose. How this particular plant, we can see over here that it will not fall down from our balcony, right? And it looks good also. New designs, right? Next. So these are the some of the steps of engineering of the product through designing. That is, idea should be how, innovation should be how, design proposal should be how, feasibility. It should convert into the real product. We should make a prototype. We should give a feedback, and we should always finalize the product based on the feedback. And for that, we need to prepare some design roadmap, right?
So thank you so
बोलो.
much. So thank you so much for coming up to our platform and providing the informational
Thank you.
materials. And I would be I would be happy to also suggest us as this platform is for specifically for the pharmacies or the healthcare providers. So these ideas can be taken up to develop their own product or to own pharmaceutical materials and can make something new. So this would be helpful for our viewers, for our healthcare professionals, for all type of people. This video is going to be very much helpful. And thank you so much for coming here. And wish
Yeah.
you all the best. And also, I'm going to invite you for our another session, and we'll
Yes.
definitely make
Yes.
one more video on
In detail
such
one.
amazing, yeah, in detail one. So thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.